Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi viewers, welcome to Learners Podcast. In today's podcast, we are having a talk with Mr. Fahad. He's from London, United Kingdom, UK. Welcome, Mr. Fahad.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Okay, Mr. Fahad is basically he's a practicing lawyer, and he deals with the corporate immigration and family matters. And he did LLB honors, CPE from London South Bank University. He did his MSc in communication and public relation in South Bank University, and he also did his BA honors in business studies from University of Wales. Fahad is also a member of the British Pakistani Association. He is a member of the SILEX Association, and he is also a member of the International UK Lawyers Club. So, Mr. Fahad, I'm thankful to you for sparing your time for us. This talk is in relation to our series of talk on the COVID-19, the challenge to the employability. This talk is basically for the benefit of our youth who are the university students. They are my main audience for this talk. We have many questions in the mind that generally our youth wants to ask from the successful people, successful Pakistanis who are working in different parts of the world. So you, mashallah, represent our youth as well, and I know you and viewers, I know Mr. Fahad for the last many years, and I know when he started his career in UK and the struggle he did. So that is very much valuable for me. I wanted to share those things with you. So it's a good thing if Mr. Fahad himself discuss with you. So Mr. Fahad, I have a few questions that I have collected from my viewers. So how is the COVID-19 situation in your area?
First of all, I would like to say thank you to you and all your viewers who would spare time to listen this webinar. About COVID-19, now the situation have been copped up. People in the UK have followed the instruction what government has provided them. So they have controlled over to the situation now. And there was a lockdown in the past in every city of the UK, but now from 1st July they have started opening all the areas which they closed down. And yes, this is the situation so far. We are coming back to normal life now. Yeah.
Okay, great. So generally we are spending time at home. I myself teaching from home to my university students. So how you maintain, I mean, this is a very important question, like from my perspective, that work-life balance, how we maintain?
This is a quite interesting question because we all are struggling while we are staying at home. The same issue I'm also having with the family at home. I would elaborate that I go to office 2 days and rest of the days I stay at home. So when I stay at home, I work online, as we all of us in Pakistan and all over the world, we have online facility now everywhere. So we are doing it. Staying at home is a difficult task because when I start my work, I always hear the noise of my son, who is 1.5 years old. And also the difficulty I'm having, I cannot even tell him to stay quiet when I'm doing something. And also with the family, I would say that while with my wife, I when I'm in the middle of something, she also comes and says, "Oh, shall we go somewhere to do this, or shall we start this?" So I always say, "Okay, I'm at home, but I'm still at work." So these kind of difficulties, because you cannot tell them, you cannot actually, if you explain them, so that would even go to over to their head. They are not going to understand that I'm busy with work. So yes, people, as all of us are having the same difficulty, I also have the same problem when I'm staying at home. But also, this is the very first time during the COVID-19 I have stayed most of my time. I spent a lot of time with my family,
Yeah, it's
and
great.
this also makes me feel happy. So there are also good and bad things attached to this the COVID-19 while we're staying at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another thing is that this is a new experience for all of us, and we
Yes.
professionals.
Yes.
Okay, the next I would like to discuss that what you think COVID-19 fear about the COVID-19 fear that it's going to change the world altogether. My perspective is from the job and employment point of view that particularly the expatriates, the Pakistanis who are working in London, what you feel is, we feel or I feel a fear that they might lose the job or they will come back to their home country and things like this. Even those who are well settled in the jobs there.
Well, um, first you talked about the fear. Yes, there is a fear which has stopped the people's life in the UK, not in the UK, everywhere, I would say. The fear is there. People are struggling. Uh, People, why they are struggling? In my opinion, market is closed down, and when the business is closed down, people, the first thing comes into their mind: when there is no business, there is no job. This is so obvious. When we talked about the UK economy and employment and also the relaxation what government has provided, I would like to quote Mr. Rishi Sunak, who's the chancellor, also the Secretary of State. They announced that they have introduced one scheme which is called furlough scheme. So people at work, their businesses are closed, but the employees will be paid by the government, and this is called the furlough scheme. People who were self-employed, they also have opportunity to apply online, and they can also be given money on monthly basis, uh, having eye on those fundamental necessaries which they need on daily basis. So government will pay them the money accordingly. With the fear of job and employment in the future, yes, businesses are closed here. Now they have slowly started opening up the businesses, but we don't know whether the businesses will employ new people, because there is a rumor around that second wave of COVID-19 is still there. Like I would like to quote China, that some of the cities of China, Wuhan and other cities there, the disease has again came back. So we are still not clear on this point, that whether employment and jobs will be available for people until December, I would say. After that, we of course do not have idea what the situation will be. It all depends on the situation.
Okay, next I would like to ask that is there any kind of the cases that you receive in your court regarding related to the COVID-19 with the perspective of such as the cases related to the house violence or any behavioral change in the people while staying home, and that is coming to reaching the courts, maybe based on the depression or anything like that?
There was a case, similar case. Luckily, the question you asked me. So, due to GDPR restrictions, I'm not able to take the name of the parties, but I would like to explain you the facts what I had in the past. Within 2-3 weeks, that the couple, they were living together and they had children also living with them here in the UK. So the husband was annoyed due to children, that they come when he's working, and they've been shouting and screaming, and they've been playing, but they don't really take care of their father whether when he's working, and he also lost lots of business because of them. So this fight actually was started from that main point, and then it went to finally I'm actually filing their divorce petition to the court, and
Okay.
the matter became so worse that they started fighting each other every day. And the reason first started was because of children, and they were throwing children to each other. Lady was saying, no, you should look after them. The husband was saying, no, this is your responsibility because I'm bringing the money in the house during this COVID-19 period. She was saying, no, I'm the one who look after the family, who cooks, who goes out to bring stuff. So the matter was started from this little issue during this COVID-19, and it ended up to the divorce petition. But the court always give you 6 weeks. When you get decree nisi in your hand, then you also have 6 weeks. I'm hoping when I receive their decree nisi, I believe that the couple will catch up again.
Okay. My next question is, uh, well, your area of, I mean, like corporate immigration and family matters. Can you just tell us more about it?
Yes, sir. I deal in corporate immigration. I also have experience in personal injury in the UK. But my main areas of practice in the UK now are the corporate immigration, where I deal license of the business, whether they can employ people from abroad. So this is called the Tier 2 license. I apply that license on behalf of them, which allow them to bring talented people all over the world. And this is one of the part of corporate immigration. Second thing, tier 2 visas. Uh, and, and the third thing is tier 2 intra company transfer. That means if you have business in Pakistan and you want to transfer your business into the UK, and you also have your employees. So I've done cases in the past that I can uh, um, give that opportunity to people in Pakistan, that if they have capital in their pocket, I can advise them whether they should open the business in the UK or not. And I can do all the documentation and their visas and their licensing. This is called intra-company transfer visa. And there is another part that I deal from abroad. This is called representative scheme. This is also called that if someone is interested to open the business in the UK, so I do all the legal documentation for them when they are in the position to open the business in the UK. Also with the immigration field, I do all the appeal matters, judicial review cases, litigation matters, court of appeal matters, and as well as upper tribunal cases. So this is all with the immigration part I do in the UK. Um, with the family cases, I do non-molestation and occupation orders applications, child arrangement orders, and as well as divorce cases and their finance settlement cases. Let's say someone in the divorce matter, if people are looking for finance dispute, I also have expertise for those individuals who are looking to distribute their properties amongst them. I also have that expertise that I work for them to provide them my advice and take over their cases to submit to the court. And as well as with the also I deal with mediation cases, alternative dispute resolution cases in the family matters, that people without going to the court, how they can manage to, if the couple is not living together and they have applied for divorce and now the matter has come up to the child. So I also deal with these kind of matters, that who the child should stay to with. I applied for the normally this is also a part of family matters, that I apply for court arrangement orders for the individual party if they are looking to stay their children with them. Yeah. So these are my expertise, which
So
I've
how a
explained to.
Pakistani, for my viewers, so how a Pakistani can communicate or contact with you? So do you have some kind of, office address or where?
Yes, Pakistani people can on my LinkedIn account and on Facebook account. I have given my email address and my contact number, which they can contact me via WhatsApp, or also they can contact me via direct dialing. And I would also like to elaborate a bit more that I also appear on Dil Se Radio twice a month, which is a Indian and Pakistani community radio. Also, I appear on Sky Channel, which is 0135 Sky Channel once a month, which covers the Ghanaian and Indian and Pakistani, Bangladeshi community. Also, I also cover Ghanaian and Nigerian community, which I appear on Astra TV in the UK once a month, or sometime once in 2 months. When they invite me, I go there and I take live calls and I do live shows, and I advise them on their matters. Yeah.
Yeah, I attended one of your such episodes. I remember last year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
back
you.
in October 2019. Okay,
Thank you.
good. So, what is your advice? I mean, for the Pakistani students, like or youth generally. Well, there are two kind of people that we generally see in Pakistan. One, those who wants to really who wants to go UK for the studies, because UK is the first choice for most of the Pakistanis to for the higher studies. And second one, those Pakistanis even among the educated class, I mean, they are using the education for the reason or for the as a for I mean for getting for settling in UK permanently. They go for on education and then they try to settle. So these two kinds of what is your advice and what help you can provide these students?
Well, I would really appreciate on this question that I was also looking. This question is a big need when people come in this country, and when people are in Pakistan. I'm really happy that you asked me this question. First thing, I would like to humbly request to all those parents in Pakistan who push their children to become doctor, lawyers, engineers, and whatsoever. But there is an example last week with a friend of mine. A friend of mine, he was telling me his younger brother. He was a actually student of arts, and but his family forced him to go for computer courses, and which he failed finally. And when he asked me last year, I told him that you shouldn't be forcing him to do this. So this is one of the example that people shouldn't be doing this. Arts is not a field that people are not going to make money in the future, because when we think about the degree, we first think, most of them think about making money in the future. But once you make the money, then you realize, I wouldn't say in the start that the seat and place is more important. In the start, I would say, even when I started my career, money was more important for me than getting a place somewhere. So once you get the money, then you think about the place. No, I was wrong. So people, those individuals who are struggling and studying, they would one day realize this. So your question, when you ask me about the education and scopes in the UK, people want to come. Yes, they should come, and they should also think about their fields that they are going to, and they already have experience of education in Pakistan. They should um, relate that education and collaborate with those universities which are providing the courses of those specific field which they have already done in Pakistan. If they do that, that would be quite easy and simple task for them to completing a degree. In the UK, when they come, I would say they would go to the courses which they are interested into, and the structure of the courses and all the assessment of the exams and assignments and coursework is quite it's not that difficult which they think, or probably they would come and English is not their first
Yeah.
language. What I'm trying to explain you, this is only a fear with us, with
Yeah.
Pakistanis
Most of the
especially.
times.
We are so talented, but this is
Yeah.
only the confidence and fear that we people have. So I would forcibly, humbly request to those individuals who have passion to do something for their country, and they are interested to those courses who they think they can do, and they can come to the UK, and they should go for it. The system is there, learning is there, teachers are there, you can learn, you can complete the degree. This
And
is not a difficult.
what about those who want to stay in UK
Yeah, yeah.
permanently?
Yes, this is your second part of the question. I was coming on that. People who want to stay in the UK, I would say there is a good news for those people who want to come to the UK. They finish the degree now. From September 2020, they have launched work permit for the students who will complete their degrees in the UK. So they can easily go to the route of work permit, which is called PSW, stands for post study work visa. This work permit you get once you complete your degree in the UK, and the length of this work permit is 2 years. After this visa, I would also would like to bring into your notice, and those individuals who are listening this webinar, that every year in March, April, and September, October, UK government, Secretary of State, they update their immigration rules, and they all the time they try to bring now, since last year, since the Boris Johnson became Prime Minister of the country, he has started making the rules more relaxed and into the favor of foreign students. So he's the one who introduced this post-study work visa again, which was stopped in 2012. March 2012, it was stopped in the past. So people, they have opportunity to stay, to gain, to after their degrees, to gain experience. They can stay in the country, and after work permit, they have opportunity to go again back to education. As I would explain my struggle and experience, that I would take the example from there, that when I first completed my degree, BA honors, I completed in 3 years, and then second thing, I went for PSW in 2012. I was in the last batch of PSW when the PSW was stopped, and now in 2020 they have again opened it. So once I completed that, I went to MSc, which was the 2.5 year course. And as it is, when you complete your 10 years, you are eligible for indefinite leave to remain, to stay in the UK permanently. And also, people should not be uh, uh, disappointing themselves if they complete the degree, they go for PSW, and what else then? They if they don't want to go back, no, they can still stay. They need to struggle hard. They need to find employers who can actually um, uh, actually give them tier 2 visas, work permit, which is the visa which leads for indefinite leave to remain. So there are opportunities for those students who wants to make progress in their life. And I would say, if there is a will, there is a power. People who have their dreams, they can make their dreams true in the
Yeah, that's
country.
true.
It is not important that they are in the UK or they are living in Pakistan. It all depends on them. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, based on my own experience of the UK, and I've seen my friends who are in the UK, what are the basic skills, I mean, the necessary skills? Because the scenario, of Pakistan, working scenario in Pakistan and that of the UK is quite different. Uh, like for example, a female cannot open a shop here in Pakistan so easily. She thinks so many times. But whereas in UK, I myself seen many females are working on the shops and they are running it. So what are the basic skills? I mean, for most of the Pakistani who visit UK, and they go and they do the capping in initial days. You do the, I mean, like the work on the fast foods and things like this. And even they don't have the experience of the fast food back in Pakistan. So, what are the skills that you feel after one should have technical skills or any kind of a skill that you feel is important for getting early settlement in UK for makes your living comfortable?
Yes, yeah, yes. Well, with this question, people, when they come to the UK, first thing first, I would say that people who come and join fast food and they prefer to do pizza delivery. The reason is that when they come to the UK, I would first say that they should focus on their English, on their language. They should work hard to progress, to improve their English. Because if you are looking, even there are jobs for on part-time basis in the bank, and even students can go and even one day job Saturday, but this is in customer services. I'm talking for those jobs which you can do during your studies, because during your studies you are only allowed to work 20 hours per week in the UK when you are student. So that's why most of the people, they find jobs in fast food and pizza delivery and cabbing easily, rather than finding a job somewhere in a big institution or somewhere where they can uh, provide their expertise to those companies. So the first thing first for them is to improve their English. Once your English is improved, from Pakistan you come and you have been placed, or you have been provided the opportunity to go for an interview. So people will judge you whether you can tackle the handle or not. And second thing that people should, I have seen many people from Pakistan, they the basic use of computer, they should know how to use it. Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft 365, they should. And people writing letters, application, emails, they should be professionally in writing. They should improve their writing if they want to. Most of the student I have seen that when they are studying and working part-time, most of them, their universities, they hire them when they see the student academically strong, they have computer skills, they have language skills, and they
Like
are
for example,
passionate to
for
do
the
work.
programmer, like software engineers or programmers, and
Yeah,
they do
yeah,
have the my
yeah, yeah.
related to this. I want to say, suppose if like here in Pakistan, we say like student who is doing the MSc computer science or BS computer science, he's good in programming. Don't you
Yeah.
think in place of going on the fast food and doing the I mean these kind of a job, they can apply there in the good organizations where they can get the job related to the programming, related to these things, even at the beginning
Yes,
level.
definitely, you are right, 100%. They can get the jobs easily. There are many examples. I have my student career nearly 9 years that I've spent time in UK's university. Yes, there are so many examples that people, they apply within the university and they get part-time jobs. This is
Amazing.
all the skills. These job, the why I said they should have basic knowledge of computer and they should have strong skills for the English language, that if they have these two things, they can get the office job easily. So once they complete their courses, they on full-time basis, they can follow their the degree, they can go to their field. Now people, even they are not really fond of technical field, they also have opportunity in the UK. The UK last year in March 2019, the UK government has announced that people who finish their degree, they have another criteria that they can open their own business, which is called startup visa. So they can if they have any they have completed degree in any field, they can open up the business. If they do not want to they do not want to work or as an employee, they can open their own business with a small amount of money, and then by the time they do second extension of their visa, they can also they need to invest that money and they can establish their business properly. So people, there are the opportunities for all types of people who are interested in employment, they can go to that. People who are interested into the business, they can go to the business, they can open up their own business. In the past, when I came in the country, these opportunities were not there as they are providing them now. So everything is there. It's only people who need to look into it. They need to do their own searches, or people who you direct them to me. Uh, I can also, to my Pakistani youngsters, our youth, I can also advise them whether which direction they should go to according to their courses and how to set up the business in the UK. So there are the opportunities for them. Yes,
And
they can
related
do
to
that.
this, an extension to this question, like I see you are a successful person there now. You are a lawyer and belongs to a lawyers community. Generally, whereas we see the most of the Pakistani students either because of the fear or because of the lack of knowledge about the UK culture, they are I found them struggling hard during even during their studies or after completing their studies, and most of them come back to Pakistan for the some more opportunities, career opportunities. So you are successful. How you become successful, and what are that basic characteristics or the direction you set for yourself that has made you successful, and you want us to know, which is important for our students as well.
Yes, this is very important, and I would say thanks to you to asking me and giving me a chance to express my views on this question. People in this country, when they come, yes, there is a gap of the culture, because we are, alhamdulillah, Muslim and Pakistani people. When we come in this country, London is to be considered as a world capital in the world. So there are more than 200 of people from different countries who have been living and working in the UK. So when we people come, especially from middle class families, we come, our dreams are so big, but the capital in our pockets is very low. This is what when I was came in this country, and this is the reality.
Yeah.
And when we see the big jobs and big offices, we just dream of one day we will go there and we will work. With my experience, when I completed my course, especially I would say MSc, so there were 7 students in the class which the London Metropolitan Police, they picked up for their campaign, for their public relation campaign. So I worked with them 6 months. A big honor for me was only to work with them. I never thought about the money when I was working with them, because there was no money. It was just a work placement with them. So the problem comes, I was working part-time and I was giving them 3 days there for free. So that has paid me later a lot. With my law internship, when I was having my internship with one of the famous law firm in the UK in 2017, and first 6 months, 4 days, 9:30 to 5:30, I was only paid lunch and the travel money, and I was working 3 days full times at other place. So the job was there. Only one day after 4 months, my colleague, the director of the firm, law firm came to me and he offered me full employment, and I was so happy that it was just a struggle when you show them, because sir, you have experience of different fields, and you also have name in Pakistan, in university, everywhere. Most of students like me, they brought up front of you and you have given them directions, my understanding that, to them to achieve their goals. With you, I would ask you this question: if you want to be somewhere, can you get anything without hard work,
Yeah,
or would it
definitely
come in
not.
your plate?
Yeah.
Would it come to your plate like your mother gives you lunch and dinner every day in plate on the table? I believe you don't get things how your mom does for you. You
Yeah,
need
definitely.
to work hard, and you only get things when you work
And
hard,
work
you
hard.
show.
And second thing is, one should remain the hopeful as well. I mean, don't lose the
Yes,
heart. I mean, that is very, very
yes,
important. There are
yes,
people, there are always the good people, and there to help you. I mean, they are there
yes,
to, they can help you. The thing is that
yes,
how much courage you have in yourself. That is
yes, sir,
important.
yes,
And all the students, all my students, or the friend in the friend circle who are successful in UK or in other countries, they are basically, their focus was, जिसको हम कहते हैं ना उर्दू में कश्तियां जला दी, जिसको हम कहते हैं. I
yes,
mean,
yes,
they decided that we have to succeed one way or the
yes,
other, keeping them
yes,
their thinking positive, and their direction was, they were goal oriented, and they were successful at the end. I've seen
yes,
those people.
yes.
Okay, my next question is, it's related to your profession. I asked a number of lawyers and students who are pursuing the law here in Pakistan. And I found that the people who join the law profession in Pakistan have the different reasons for joining this. Whereas in the reality, many lawyers, they find this profession as hard and struggling throughout their life. So how the people in the UK think about joining this law profession? And what's your opinion on this?
Yes. Well, people in Pakistan, comparatively, first thing I would like to give some of my views for people in Pakistan, the sustainability of the work and becoming a lawyer. First thing first, that we need to think about when we want to get an admission in LLB, whether in our country law is in order or not. So this is the main problem that people are having in Pakistan. So profession in Pakistan, I would say most of the people maybe at somehow they are struggling to making more money in this profession. This is one of my understanding. But there are many successful lawyers in Pakistan. Uh, I have met them individually, and they are very successful. They are making tons and tons of money. They are making
A lot.
even millions. They are very successful.
So my
So
perspective is basically joining this law profession. I mean, what are the prerequisites? I mean, the basic characteristics an individual should have in with him, that like traits that he should contain to become a successful lawyer. So
this is what
besides the other environmental factor or social factor, they are there always. As your country has your own social environment, we have our own. The thing is there. But what are the basic an individual who should join this law profession? What are the basic skills he should have?
people, most of the lawyer, when you would talk to them joining this profession, they would clearly say why I explain first in Pakistan, because I was coming to the UK, why most of the people are interested in law profession in the UK, because when you join this profession, your responsibility is there, that people will come to you and you will help them. It's not always the money. In the UK, law is in order. When people come to you, they explain you, they tell you their stories, they tell you your problem. So you are always there to help them. And when you have these kind of thoughts inside of you, that I would be the one who would stand for people, and always when people needs me, I would go there and help them. This is what I strongly believe that encourage people to join the this profession. Yeah.
Okay, related to this, what business ethics generally as a lawyer you follow? I mean, that is you could say across the, I mean, for every lawyer in the UK, that you feel is very very essential. Without that, no lawyer can be a successful lawyer. What are those ethical values in your point of view?
Business ethical value is that to becoming a successful lawyer, that you should be doing and following the law within your limits. First thing first, that government has introduced business ethics for the lawyers, and they must have to follow that those rules and regulations. If they go beyond of their limits, there is a law there that you get your license cancelled straight away. So in the UK, the law is very strict. You cannot advise them wrongly. So you must have to follow those instructions, that you have to first read the books and also the legislations, upcoming new legislations and the current legislation, so you can advise the people following the business ethics.
Okay, well, what is the law as a profession, and why we see a less number of Pakistani in United Kingdom, UK? They go for the law education as compared to the other field like engineering, computer science, and other things. So, do you agree with it?
Yes. The reason why I would agree with you on this question, first thing is first, that the law education, people say that if you want to become a lawyer, you need to study during the night time, study and memorizing the case law, and memorizing the seminars and all the scenarios for tricky questions. You need to study and read more and more to become a lawyer. And also the most difficult part for all of us, for those individuals, Pakistanis, who belongs to a middle class family, they have an issue for funds, because studying law in the UK is very expensive. And approximately, to becoming a solicitor and barrister, you only pay up to £20,000 for just one course in even low ranking university in the UK. So these are the main issues that people have, especially us Pakistani, Indian, Bangladeshi, and from Nepal and some other third world countries and Commonwealth countries.
Well, is there any way, like kind of scholarship opportunities or thing that for the one who wants to get this qualification, so that he can meet these expenses?
Scholarship is there for most of the university are running scholarship for Commonwealth countries, as we Pakistani comes in Commonwealth country, so we get a discount, or you can call it scholarship, for £1,000 for any degree when we do in the UK. And also there are some other scholarships which is called international scholarship, but there is a core criteria for that. Only those students who achieve highest grade in their previous degree, which they have been taught and they have studied in the UK, only those people can apply for those scholarships. But they also have their home students, so there is a kind of a quite tough I would say challenge between international and home student who should get the scholarship. So most of the time home student, they get the scholarship.
That's good. Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much, Mr. Fahad, for sparing your time. I mean, we have had a good discussion today on this. I think the many questions in my mind, and the mind of the viewers have been answered. So viewers, one good thing is that Mr. Fahad has agreed to have a recurrent or the regular sessions every month, and we will be asking the different questions that I will be receiving from my viewers. So, Mr. Fahad, thank you very much, sir, for the last words. So, last words, sir, for today's session, sir.
Yes, thank you so much, and all the students who've been watching. this program, you can, as sir has explained, you can email. Also, you can contact me directly, and you can find me online. And I'm always available to answer your questions. And students who are struggling to get admission in the UK, students who are struggling for especially for learning, they can also contact me. They can also contact sir, and then every month I will be available for this webinar and question answer session. Thank you so much, and good luck to all of you.
Thank you very much. So you are no more, I mean, this webinar is no more left for only my students only, or the students generally in Pakistan, but also the people, I mean, who can avail your services like family matters and things like this, immigration matters.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the band has been expanded. My viewership will be expanded. So okay, Mr. Fahad, thank you very much. Nice
Thank you
talking to
so
you,
much.
sir. God bless
Thank you.
you.
Bye.